effect. Like
because of the scarcity.
If you grow up as a white girl,
yes,
and you get attention from black guys,
yes,
in my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys, you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
As a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention and who grew up in a white culture more than a black culture, I'm going to tell you that getting attention from black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes.
All right. Recently, I've seen an interesting video on my timeline from Chris Miller, blakupinyah 2. Shout out to Chris Miller. And he had a video entitled Becky's Truth. And I clicked on it and I watched. And basically, the video was more or less about how Becky feels about getting with black men. And basically, in a white woman's world, a white woman's mind, for those of you who are not familiar with that circle and everything, if a white woman gets with a brother, it's a downgrade for her. She prefers to get with a white man. I ain't gonna really dispute that and everything. I mean, I seen other videos talking about the same topic. Woke Progressive weighed in on this, and so did Tariq Nasheed. And after watching these videos, I was inspired to do my research on the video, who the participant was, and who the woman was that answered the question. And lo and behold, it's a guy by the name of Dre Baldwin. Dre Baldwin, he's based in Miami. I think he played professional basketball. He does more motivational speaking videos and podcasts. And the woman that was sitting in the passenger side of his whip was, I think, a chick that he was dealing with. And this video is like 2 years old. So it begs a question. Why is a Chris Miller, woke progressive, and even a Tariq Nasheed responding to a video that was done 2 years ago? Now, Tariq Nasheed acknowledged the age of the video. So I'll give him credit for that. The other two content creators, not so much. So maybe, just maybe it's new to them. In fact, it's new to me too. So I tracked down the original video where the clip came from and I watched it in its entirety. And basically, Dre Baldwin was asking Anna, that's her name, Anna, and she isn't a white American woman. I believe she sounds like she's from some part of Eastern Europe. I heard Greece in Tariq's video, but I'm thinking that she was from Russia or Georgia or one of those Eastern European countries and everything that's pouring down and out. But when women like that immigrate to a place like the United States, they get very familiar with the ways of this country. In fact, it goes back to being on code. So they're really not that far off from each other in spite their different languages, in spite their customs. So anyway, I watched the full thing, and Dre Baldwin, he asked her a series of questions and everything. He even asked her about the the better in bed myth, and she denied that. And so Chris Miller was right, Becky, or Anna as she's known, her real name in that video, was just sharing her truth and just telling it like it is about how it is for a white woman if she was to get with a brother. And apparently in her world and in the circles and in the confines of where she's from, it's a downgrade. Whereas you see some brothers in certain videos and they're praising and they're glorifying and they're highly putting white women up before them and putting the black woman way, way, way down on the ladder. And I know what you guys are going to say. Well, you know something, when the black woman gets with the white man, she puts the brother back down on the ladder. Yep, that is true. And she did, and in the full-length video that I did watch, she did mention that as well. And it sounded funny to her. In fact, that isn't her thought process. But it begs the question for white women that do deal with black men, white women that really don't like black men hollering at them, but yet they will get with a brother if nobody's looking. It's interesting that you could go to the same places that we dance at, be at the same concerts. And you know something, there's nothing wrong with wanting to get with your tribe and your group and everything. But you can say all this stuff, but get with us in a cloak of darkness when nobody's looking and when nobody is watching, like we're your dark secret, so to speak. And as I said before, this really doesn't surprise me and everything. I remember years ago, and I heard this from a few white women, and I ain't gonna act all righteous and holier than thou. Yes, I went out with non-black women in my past. So there was one woman that I did talk to, and she was telling me that if since she had babies by a black man, that no white man wants to deal with her because one, she has illegitimate children, and two, she has illegitimate children by a black guy. So that was two strikes against her. So, I mean, there's some white women that have no choice but to deal with brothers or Puerto Rican guys. And then there's just some white women that just like brothers and Puerto Ricans and Dominican guys because we got flavor and we got style. And let's get it back to Anna. Let's get it back to what Anna said about all this and everything. This isn't really a mind blowing revelation because I remember George Lopez did a routine and everything about there's two things in the Mexican community. You don't park your car lawn, and you do not bring a black guy home. And I really wasn't mad at that joke. They're just telling what goes on behind closed doors. I know that there's brothers that like the Latina women, and I know that there's brothers that like Caucasian women, but this is reality. So what is it? And I know what you're going to say. Well, you know something? That's just her. She in a minority. And we're going to, get with these women. And, she's influenced by the American women. And white women can be scraggle-daggles and everything. Okay. I see that you SYSBM folks that may be listening to this video are intent on moving the goalposts. And yes, of course, I read the tenets of SYSBM. So you can't use that against me either. All I'm saying is, all I'm bringing to your attention is that there are women like this that do exist. And if I could go back to my earlier videos, I did black men and the naivety about non-black women. What category would she fit under? She'd fit under the discreet Donna status. Now, a discreet Donna would be a white woman you wouldn't think would get with a brother. But if we used to go behind her closed doors, she does. But for whatever reason, out on the streets and whatnot, you'll never see her with a black man. And now we know why she won't be seen with a black man. Now, my thing is this, brothers, and I'm not the I'm not genital private parts policing or anything like that. Because I wouldn't want people private parts policing me. But you could get with anybody you like. Just have some awareness of why they're with you. And if you know why they're with you and why they're around you, the better off you'll be. So in this case, if a woman like that was to get with you, you have two options. Well, you have three options. One, you could continue. You could just say, you know something? She told me where she stands at. She told me the truth and she was honest about it. And I'm still going to deal with her because the sex is good. Or two, she told me where she stands. She told me where she stood at. And she's probably with me because she really can't get any white men that she wants. So guess what? I am going to give her some space and let her go find the white man that I'm keeping her from. Or three, after hearing her go on about it, you can do what Tariq Nasheed suggested and put her in her place. Now, most girls pretty much anticipate that you will get all in your feelings and put her in her place. But there are ways that you can do it. Tariq Nasheed just demonstrated how you can do that. So there are ways that this could be done. If you have the mouthpiece and if you have your isms about you, you can do it in a very slick, nonchalant, and polite way. So, brothers, it's up to you. It's up to you. But you come across women like that, beware of why they're around you and move accordingly. And as always, your mileage may vary. So that is my editorial responding to Becky's truth. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. One love.